Chairman, we have on the Regional Administration and Finance 12 machine stroke equipment stroke vehicles for which fuel and lubricants are required. These are 2 Toyota Hilux pickup, 1 Toyota Nissan car, there are 4 motorcycles guided, there is a Nissan single cab pickup, Toyota Nissan pickup, there's also a standby generator. All these are required to be provided with fuel and lubricants that are funded under this item.
Honourable members, I see that I may put the question, and that is that we approve the sums sought for Program 761 current expenditures for Region Number 6, Regional Administration and Finance. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against? The ayes have it. These have been approved. Please turn to page 465 as you consider the capital expenditures for Program 761, and I propose a question for your consideration, please. Question is proposed. Honourable members, I put the question that we approve the sum sought for Program 761 capital expenditures for Region Number 6. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against? The ayes have it. Thank you. Please turn to pages 334 335. As I propose your consideration the current expenditures of Program 762 Agriculture, Region Number 6. Questions, please.
Mr. Chairman, contracted employees, I have seen here 2013 was 22 and 2014 is 18. But again, for the contracted employees, 6116, the amount of money went up again from this budget. And I want to know the reason that seeing that we have less contracted employees, but we have a high budget for this year. Can the Honourable Minister explain this increase?
It is true, Mr. Chairman, that the number of contracted employees here has reduced. But it is equally true that the emoluments paid to these employees have also increased. And that accounts for the differential in the allocation.
Mr. Chair, item 6231, fuel and lubricants. I saw a budget here 2014 for $193 million. Again, I will ask the Honourable Minister to explain how many vehicles in agriculture that we have currently working, and where these vehicles are being kept at this time. Are providing a list for us, Mr. Speaker.
Chairman, there are quite a number of vehicles and equipment that are provided with fuel and lubricants as per this line item. And therefore, whilst I was named a few, sure the honorable member would report to have a list that captures all of what is presented here. Yes.
Yes,
We do have, honorable member, the number of tractors, pickups, trucks, backhoe, excavators, etc., drainage pumps. I can make available a copy of this now. Is that okay?
Mr. Minister, thank you. Again, Mr. Chair, I would like the Minister to indicate to this House at the irrigation, Wim Central, if there is any truck operating at that end.
The answer is no, Mr. Chair.
So I will kindly ask the Minister, Mr. Chair, where is the truck that our ex-Minister, Mr. Ganga Prasad, Honorable Ganga Prasad, indicated in his last budget that there is a truck that was parked at whim and functional, because when we look at the amount of diesel that is being bought with this budget here, and the amount of equipment that they claim that is working, I still question myself, living in Region 6, that there was a truck, but where is the truck? That was indicated to this House in the last budget. Where is the truck?
Mr. Chairman, I'm informed that the truck to which the honorable member may be referring, Robert GKK, 6487, is in the mechanic workshop. Very clear.
Mr. Chair, it is very baffling to know that that truck was there for the last 2 years, and the mechanical money was not paid. And to come with this low bed story again, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair, the low bed is at Twin Center ground. That's why we can't blame a break. They use the cricket ground for the low bed. And the truck is in the workshop for the last 2 years.
There you go.
And here the audacity is to tell us that the truck is in the workshop for the last 2 years. But the money was not paid, Mr. Chair. And yet money has been claimed for fuel and all and mechanical defects and so forth.
Honourable Minister, I think that prompts a response. If a member of the House is saying that the truck really is in the workshop for 2 years, and the low to which we refer is actually parked in the rim ground, yet there are fee charges for fuel and lubricants.
Mr. Chairman, just to clarify, the truck is indeed in the workshop. The trailer is parked on the ground. Thirdly, there is no fuel or lubricant from the provision here that is being used by this truck.
Mr. Chair, that answer is not acceptable to me, because I will tell you how we should know which machinery, which tractor or whatever they have machinery is using the diesel. I just want to...
One point though, honourable member, it must be presumed that the region has more than one vehicle. That is a presumption that we must accept. So in other words, a region as large as Region 6 must have several vehicles in its fleet.
But Mr. Chair, this budget is a collective budget.
Agreed.
And everything is included
Agreed. So
inside
I
of the
think
budget.
what you would want is for us to disaggregate. If the truck is not working, how much fuel and lubricants would not be used on that truck? But to say that no fuel and lubricants would be used at all would be a bit...
But I can remember very candidly, Mr. Chair, that last year Mr. Ganga Prasad, Honorable Mr. Ganga Prasad, indicated to this House that the truck is there working. Where is that truck, Mr. Speaker?
And we were just told that the truck is in the workshop, and we know where it is. And I think you also confirmed that the truck is in the workshop.
Yes, Mr.
Well, I think the question is, why is it there, and is it to be rehabilitated, sold? I think we know where the truck is. That is established. Yes, please, Honorable.
Mr. Chairman, honorable members, just want to be a little more explicit. Item marked fuel and lubricants caters for a number of vehicles and equipment. In fact, 48 in number. I'm providing this to the honorable member. A few of the vehicles stroke equipment identified here are not in working order. One of them is the same truck which we bought. The truck is in the workshop. Okay? And it therefore means that no fuel under the particular item could be used on this truck. So the issue of fuel being allocated for a truck that is not working doesn't arise. This is in respect. This is an inventory of all the equipment vehicles we have within the RDC 6. But 46 of these are in working order. This will be made available to you, sir.
Go ahead.
Mr. Chair, 6281 Security Services. Can the Honorable Minister indicate to this House that the increase from 27.1 to $43.8 million, where the securities are in place, and if it's possible, if the Minister, the Honorable Minister, can indicate which of the posts that 24-hour security is needed, if he can indicate to this House that the amount of money went up so much. If there is any schools or public offices that really have 24-hour security.
The security service provider, Mr. Chairman, is Home Safe Security. The locations are all listed here, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 13 of them. WIM sub-office, DPP pump station, Orland pump stations, LN regulator, LM regulator, NJ regulator, JY regulator, YS regulator, RDC number 6, Benab number 63, Serial pump station, Eversham pump station, Joppa pump station. And you know what, Mr. Chairman? All of them are getting 24 hours coverage.
Mr. Chair, if those areas are in what that was indicated by the Honorable Minister, I presume that last year we had the same types of security. But I just want to know the increased cost. And if the Minister, the Honorable Minister, can provide me with a list that I can check it and verify and bring it back to this House, that some of the security that we have, they are not 24 hours.
Yes, sir. The list I have here can be provided.
That list is for which installation?
This is
Agriculture.
agriculture. We're talking about agriculture.
But it's increased now. I mean,
The increase is because the rate has gone from 145 to $300.
now I noticed in line item 6253, Mr. Chairman, 146 million for maintenance of drainage and irrigation works for Region 6. Could the Minister, and he could provide a list for me, where the maintenance works that this 146 is allocated for will be taking place? And if you could just give me a list or a commitment towards a list.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, there are only over 60
All right,
such areas. I can provide this list.
Thanks very much.
Other members, I believe I can put the question, and that is that we approve the sum sought for program 752 agriculture, current expenditures to region number 6. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Thank you. These will proceed forward. Please turn to pages 334, 335 to consider the capital expenditures to agriculture, program 762. Sorry, page 465. Page 465 to consider capital expenditures for agriculture. The question is proposed. The question is now being put. That is that we accept the sums as stated for agriculture capital expenditures. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. This forms part of the estimates. Please turn to pages 336 and 337 to consider public works program 763 current expenditures to region number 6. Question is proposed. Dr. Meyer, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For the Honorable Minister, I have seen here for contracted workers that we had $14.2 million to 16.9. Can the Minister, again, I hope that you will give me the same answer that the salary has increased on the minimum wage. Can the Minister explain to this House why actually about $3 million extra was in this year's budget?
Chairman, as pointed out last Friday evening, in many instances, increases have been financed by the Ministry of Finance on the 6141, and it's a similar situation here. We have specific information in respect of the payments that amount to the $2 million. Okay?
Mr. Chair, 6251 road, maintenance of roads. Can the Minister give me a list of which road, where, or the area as I need it so badly for maintenance?
Mr. Chairman, the roads are Lighttown to Planter Road, SM Dam to Germania Road, then repairs to Pirates Branch Road, repairs to Main Street to Amsterdam, repairs to Strand New Amsterdam. Further back to Highbury Road, a total of $42.5 million will be spent to effect maintenance work to those roads.
Mr. Chair, can the Minister, Honorable Minister, give a list of what type of materials to be used on these roads? Because what I have seen, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair, many of the roads that were listed last year, this year, the very roads are in deplorable condition. Very deplorable condition. Everything washed away. We want to know who is the person to do the work. And if this work is being subcontracted, I would like to know who are the contractors to do the work in Region 6.
Mr. Chairman, the type of structure we're talking about is asphaltic, concrete, and DBSP. Rehabilitation will be done to the roads, the areas that need such rehabilitation. and to remind the National Assembly that as pointed out last Friday, these works will be contracted out, the procurement procedures will be strictly followed.
Mr. Chair, item 6252, maintenance of bridges. I would like the Honorable Minister to give me a list of the bridges that need to be maintained or do any type of work. There is a problem here, Mr. Chair. When I look at the cost of fuel and vehicle spares and service, many of these contracts in Region 6 are given to private people. And I really want to know, when the minister is asking for this amount of money, and if private people are being contracted to do the work, how is it that all the diesel and all the repairs from our vehicle we are using in Berbice?
Mr. Chairman, may I start by correcting the honorable member. Contracts are not given to private people. Contracts are awarded to persons who bid and meet the eligibility requirements. That's what happens. Secondly, there are 5 bridges identified for work, and total cost of about $5.5 billion. There's repairs at work number 2 bridge. $4 million has been allocated there. The dimension of that structure, 33 feet by 26 feet, is concrete. The other member would know about this. There's the repairs to the Molson Creek number 1 bridge. This includes the decking, liners, revestment of the approach. $5.5 million allocated. Dimension 24 by 16 feet. That's a wooden bridge. About 200 persons are expected to benefit, 200 or more. Repairs at Delphi Main Access Bridge, $7 million allocated there. That's a wooden bridge, 30 by 16. There's the repairs to Maratrade Bridge, East Banport Beach, $7 million allocated. That's a 30 by 16 concrete structure. And repairs to Leslie Holden Bridge, $2 million allocated, 60 by 16 concrete structure.
Mr. Chair, for the Honorable Minister, can the Honorable Ministers provide for me or this House what process the bidding is done through the central government, through the regional office, for these contractors to award the job to be done in Region 6? What medium they use?
Chairman, this is open tender. So those of us who are familiar with that process will know that all of these amounts fall within the regional tender board limit. So it will be done at that level.
Honourable members, I believe I can put the question, and that is that the sum sought for Public Works, region number 6, can be approved. That is the current expenditures. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. Thank you. These form part of the estimates. Please turn your attention now to page 465, and I propose your consideration the capital expenditures for Public Works, program 763. Questions? I recognize Honorable Mr. Trotman, and I believe followed by Lieutenant Colonel Retired Harmon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I report for the code 11007000 bridges. And I know that there are a number of bridges to be done on this year. For the purpose of this for the understanding of this house, honorable, I'm asking the minister to lay over a list of all of the bridges, the sizes, types, and the individual costs of bridges. And secondly, in relation to the rehabilitation of the bridges at Warren and Everton, I'm asking him to know the cost of those bridges in writing.
Chairman, certainly I'd like to make this information available not only to the honorable member, but for the thousands who are interested in hearing. There's a construction of the footpath bridge at Wim, Auckland. And the dimensions are 50 by 6 feet at a cost of $1.8 million. There's a footpath bridge at Canefield, Cumberland. $1.8 million. That's the estimated cost in dimension 50 by 6 feet. There's a footpath bridge at Arjun at Thai Street. Dimensions again 50.6 feet. $1.8 million set aside. There's a footpath bridge at Grant 1804/1806. This is a timber bridge. Location Crabwood Creek, $1.8 million estimated cost. 50 feet by 6 feet, that's the dimension. There's a construction of a footpath bridge at Maibikuri North, timber bridge. That's in the backwoods folder area, 50 feet by 6 feet. There's construction of access bridge at Vyman Irving. That's by the entrance to the NIS, New Amsterdam. $4 million is allocated here, and the dimensions are 16 feet by 3 feet. Construction of an RC bridge, reinforced concrete bridge, at Goodbanaden Land, $4 million, 30 feet by 6 feet. Rehabilitation of Warren Heavy Duty Bridge, timber bridge at Warren, $4 million, estimated cost, 30 feet by 16 feet. And there is the Everton Access Bridge, East Bank, Berbice, location Everton. The estimated cost is $10.7 million, 30 by 20. That's the dimension. That comes to $32.7 million allocation on the public works, bridges.